Hare Krishna. So, welcome to all of you. Let me start. Good. Can I see you if you can turn on your phone, if possible for you? So, I think the time is okay. So, let me start with invocation prayer. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Putale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So can you recall something from the last class if anybody of you were there? So Riddhi, you were there in the last class. Anything you could recollect and would like to share something that we discussed?
I was not there in the last
Oh, you were
class.
not there. I think Prince was also not there. Quite you were there in the last class? I don't know. Okay. So, since you were not there, let me discuss something. Okay. Let me share my screen. Hmm. Okay. So, where is the PPT? Okay. So, let me share a new topic with you. So far, we discussed about the. Let me go with the flow. Yeah. Let me give you a kind of a background, what we discussed so far, and how Krishna is flowing in the Gita, his knowledge basically. We call this session Discovers Yourself, and today is going to be the fourth one. So far, we have taken 2, 3 sessions. Yeah, in fact, 3 more sessions. So, first class, we discussed about how Gita is flowing in different chapters, different topics are there, redefining success, and how Krishna is, and how to know our authentic self, identify or re identify yourself. Then there's a reawakening, reconnection, re-entering. So that's how we discussed in the first class. Thereafter, we discuss about who we are, our real identity, and then Krishna talks about the body and the soul, the difference between matter and spirit, how the body is different from us, and how we are not the body. We went through one meditative exercise. We went through some scientific findings, evidences on the on the uh, on the evidence of soul, out of body experience, near death experience. We shared one reincarnation videos with you. Perhaps you have seen it. And then we went further, where Krishna is discussing it's not enough that you're not soul, you're not this mind also. Then we had a session on the subtle body and the gross body. The gross body we can perceive with the eyes, physical body. Then the subtle body, which is there in our body, but it's not perceived. But we can perceive the effect of it, just like you can't see your mind, but you can see the effect of your mind. You can't see your intelligence physical with physical eyes, but you can see the effect of the intelligence. And then we discuss the difference between intelligence and mind. So mind is the storehouse of all information, past experiences and desires, and the intelligence is supposed to control the mind. So intelligence is a decision making phenomena, something that helps you to figure out and filter out the information for the mind and take a decision when the intelligence is sharp enough. Otherwise, usually the intelligence becomes a slave of the mind. So that equation we'll discuss more into detail in later. And then we discuss about the spiritual world. So naturally, if we are soul, where does the soul come from? What is the destination of soul? And Krishna describes everything about the soul in the Bhagavad Gita, and very scientific, in a very scientific way, with logical, progressive discussion. Now, uh, in order to begin the class today, um, I would like to ask you, how do you define the problem? What is a problem? How do you define it? Let me stop this sharing the screen. How do you define a problem? What is a problem?
When a situation like disturbs your mind, then it becomes a problem.
Okay. Any situation that disturbs your mind, peace of mind, whatever, it's problem.
Yes.
Anything else? Nishika. I don't know, it's a Niharika, Nishika, but yeah. Anybody else? Quaish, what is a problem? Today's class will be a great discovery. A great discovery, what the life is about. And what the situation, what are the problems, what are the major problems, what are the minor problems, and how to relate our day-to-day problems in regard to our ultimate goal of life. So problem is okay, something that disturbs our mind. What are the kind of problems we have? I mean, in general, what are the problems? Just like somebody may have a money problem. What are the problems available in this situation in the world? Give me some examples. Any examples for problems?
Like not having a job.
Not having a job. What else? I would like others to participate also if you can. It will make the discussion healthy. Somebody may
think
have a
that
job problem.
a
Yeah.
problem can be, relative for a person. Something can be a problem for a person and not for me. And that's because what Riddhi before said, the situation of your mind. And depending also on your mind, the problem can be small or big, depending on the perspective and the importance you give it, right?
Correct, correct. So this is the point which I want to bring you to. It's called
But
relative.
sorry, understanding what I said, because I understand it. But in the practical life, it's very hard not to consider something a problem personally. I mean, we know, we are aware that that a problem always has a solution, and a solution is a learning process, right? But
I'm not going for the solutions as of now. Just let us discuss the problem.
okay, all right.
Since you mentioned the point, somebody may have a different problem. A problem maybe this is a problem maybe to you, not for me. Due to you, not for me. So it's called relative problems. So there are two kinds of problems: relative problems and real problems. Relative problems means it may be a problem for you, but not for me. You have exam pressure. You have that public speaking fear. I don't have that. So some problems are personal, which you define like that. That's called relative problems. You may not have a job. I have a job. You may not have money. I have money. So there are many things. Now, let me come to my presentation to define what is a real problem and what is a relative problem. Going for the solution is the second part. First, we must identify first. Okay. Now, okay, these are the problems, some of examples, no money, family problem, fail exam, no physics, whatever, beauty, whatever. But are these real problems? Real problems means it must fulfill three criteria, parameters. A problem can be considered a real problem if it fulfills the three following criteria. It is common to all, nobody wants it, and nobody can avoid it. Now, can you guess any problem which fulfills all these criteria? Any one problem, anything that you can guess, speculate, think of, considering it must fulfill the three criteria given here, common to all.
When you have
And that will define the real problem. Common to all, it's not a relative problem. It's not personal. It's common to all. Everyone must go through it. Nobody wants it, and nobody can avoid it. Any guess from your side?
Well, the example I'm gonna give you is like not common to everyone, but like when people have serious health issues or diseases that they don't
Okay,
want to
yeah,
avoid.
first thing, disease is common to everyone. At some point of time, you'll have some disease. Not in young age, at some point of time. This is the law of nature. So let's say first is disease, common to all. Nobody wants it, Nobody can avoid it. It's sure to come, right? What else? What else? It is expected when somebody dies, he has some disease, before that. Expected. Something or other thing is not working, some organs, whatever. So what else? One, we identified, just let me give a hint. There are 4 problems like this. And Krishna talks about this in the Gita. Common to all. And this is how Krishna is hammering on here in the Gita. What are the relative problems? What are the real problems? He's focusing, hammering on the real problems. So first is disease. I'll give you one more problem just to give a hint. Old age. Common to all? Do we want to get old? Yes or no? No. Can we avoid it? No. Getting a point? So disease and second is old age. Now there are 2 more problems like this. Nobody wants it and nobody can avoid it. And it's a real problem. It's a major one. I'll say major and minor problem. And Krishna talks about the next is death. Common to all. Nobody wants it. Nobody can avoid it. And before death, Krishna talks about the birth. So in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna talks about, okay, now example is also given. Suppose there's a picture, there's a jar. No? If you have bigger stones, pebbles, you have sand and water, how would you fill it if it's an empty jar? First thing first, what first thing comes in a jar? If I give you an empty jar, give you a bigger stone, smaller stones, small pebbles, sand and water, and I tell you to fill the jar, and you have that much quantity to fill the jar, what thing comes first?
The big stones.
Big stone. Then comes what?
The small stones.
Pebbles come. They will adjust amongst the big stones. And then comes what? Next? The sand.
The sand.
It will adjust through. And then last thing will be the water. It will solidify everything, So the point is, Krishna saying in the Bhagavad Gita with this example, basically this example is given. So that first we must strive hard to solve the bigger problems of life. Bigger priorities of life. And then Krishna is giving the bigger problems of life, real problems. If we can solve them, the others, small problems that we face in day-to-day life will be adjusted. So if we solve the big, smaller will be adjusted. That's a point. That's a principle. So first one must strive for the bigger things in life. And then Krishna talks about the 4 things. Birth is a problem, and he will define it. How is it a problem? Birth, old age, death, and disease. And Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, actually this is from the 13th chapter. Can somebody read this quote from the Bhagavad Gita? Don't be tough audience, so tough audience. Anybody can read. Yeah.
One who can perceive birth, death, old age, and disease as real problems is in knowledge.
So this is the 13th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita where Krishna is listing down the items of knowledge. And he has given 20 items of knowledge. And he says one who has this, say 20 items of knowledge, he's a wise person. He's a man in knowledge. And one of the items is one can perceive, one can see the birth, death, old age, and disease as real problem. He's in knowledge. Now, maybe perhaps I can show you some video also on that. So birth is a problem. For 9 months, the human fetus lies cramped within the darkness of the womb, scorched by the mother's gastric fire, and jolted by sudden movements in the congestion. I think there's a video also. Let me show the video of this. Okay. Okay, so this is the first problem within the womb of the mother, packed in a sack. Now, the old age. Everyone is sure to get old at some point of time, as with the span of time. And no one wants to get old. Cosmetic industry is flourishing, and people have facelift, different operations, surgery, plastic surgery, just for the fear of avoiding this being looked like an old person. Just one video, just small.
Most people spend their lives wrapped up in rushing to and fro. As time flows quickly by, days, months, and years rush by in the blink of an eye. Yet for some reason, people try to ignore this fact. It is as if they think they will never grow old. Yet the days of youth that they so fondly imagine will never end are really very short. Almost everyone realizes that he will grow old one day. Yet young people always feel that those days are very far off. They refuse to accept that they will one day be old, weak, and helpless. The two young people in this picture are good-looking, with clean and perfect skins and shining teeth. But there is another important detail. These pictures were taken in 1955. When this picture was taken, these two were most probably not giving any thought to the fact that they would one day grow old. Yet some 50 years or more have now gone by, and nothing remains of the youth and beauty in the picture. Time destroys everything. That is a law of the world.
Okay, that's the second problem. And then we have disease. The third, common to all. Nobody wants it. Nobody can avoid it. Everyone wants to remain happy, but much against our wish, we encounter many diseases, even in young days, even not before just old age. And perhaps when somebody dies in the family, there's a one Purana which is read in the family for 13 days because the soul is still there. So in that Purana, it is mentioned the time of the pain of death, how much a pain a person feels when a person is leaving the body. It said it's as if all of a sudden the millions of scorpions have stung the person altogether. That's a pain, and immediately a person leaves the body. So that is the problem. So now, along with that four problems, there are three more miseries which are inflicted upon all of us. First, the mind disturbs, obviously, and the miseries due to other living entities. We'll discuss that. First is the mind and the body. Your body inconveniences, and the mind is also disturbing. Mind is fluctuating. Mind doesn't stay. There's no obedience. There's no disciplined life. Bad habits. Everything. So miseries due to mind and body. Second, miseries due to other living entities. The terrorists, their insects, their neighbors, their relatives, the peer pressure, the competition, everything. For job, whatever. Other living entities, other persons. That's also there. And the third thing is there, the miseries due to natural disaster. I'll show you this for 10 seconds and we'll skip because we can't watch so much videos. I can send you on the WhatsApp. Natural disasters like tsunami, flood. understand? So natural disasters. Now, so once this was a Muhammad Great Ali, I'm the greatest. But when it came the time for him to pick the fire during Olympics, he couldn't even lift a cup of tea. I mean, he had difficulty lifting the fire. Now, what solution we have? Okay, how people try to cover up the problem is, okay, you have an old age, white hair, you use hair dye, and you have wrinkles, you use the facelift so that your skin can be tight for some time, so you don't look old. You have a back pain, okay, you can take the painkillers, but these are the temporary solutions. Now Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, obviously solution can be taken, but that's temporary. So Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, just like when the fish is out of the water, any amount of supply of luxuries, comforts cannot make the fish out of the water satisfy. Similarly, we have come from the spiritual world. In the last discussion, you can watch the video. We will send that video to you. Krishna is talking about. We discussed about the spiritual world, the whole presentation, how the soul is following its journey to a spiritual world. So Krishna talks about, in the last session we discussed this. The old souls, they come from the spiritual world, and that is the real home. This material world is a kind of a foreign place, fish out of the water. A soul cannot be happy in this material world. And the soul came from the spiritual world, leaving the association of the God, thinking that they can be happy independently of the Lord. So this is kind of a foreign situation for us. This is what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, that once you come back to my spiritual world, you make arrangement, and there's a process to attain it. But the problem is the soul is out of the water, out of the spiritual world. So any amount of comforts, luxuries, necessities cannot make the soul happy in this world. But there's a process to be happy in this world. Obviously, that Krishna will talk about that later. The soul can be only happy in the spiritual world or in connection with the God in this world itself. So when the soul is living in complete union with the Lord in this world, in complete connection. Now let me go forward. So material problems and spiritual solutions. There cannot be material solution for a permanent material solution for a permanent material problems. There's always a spiritual solution. Just like Krishna says in this example, Vasansi jinani yatha vihaya navani ginati naroparani yatha sharirani vihaya jinani anyani samyati navani dehi. That's the second chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna gives this example. Just like you change your clothes, as a person put on new dress, giving up the old ones, the soul similarly accepts new bodies, giving up the old and the usual body. So there's always a transmigration, change of bodies. The bodies are changing. How many bodies we have? Krishna gives example of how many bodies we have. We have 8.4 million species of life, 9 lakh kinds of aquatics. That calculation is also given. 4 lakh kinds of human beings based on their mentalities. 1 million kind of birds, reptiles, trees, plants, 2 millions. 1 million insects and reptiles, 3 million mammals. So that calculation is also, the soul has to transmigrate. It's not that when soul changes the body, it will always have a human body. Human body is the most evolved body amongst all species of life, which has the intelligence to understand God and His message. Other species don't have that capacity to understand the message of the God. So what happens to us at the time of death? The soul leaves the gross body and the subtle body. Subtle body means mind intelligence. Basically, soul leaves the body. So what we say, the soul remains the same. The vehicles are changing. Vehicles are compared to the bodies. Jant Rurani Maya, Krishna says in the Gita. This body is kind of a machine. So we are changing different machines, but the person remains the same. The soul remains the same. Now, so spirit soul moves from one body to another body based on what? Based on quality of desires stored in the subtle body, in your mind, basically. And what is the basis? Krishna says in the Gita. What is the principle of change of bodies? What kind of body you will get in the next life depends on what? He says, Yam yam vapi smaran bhava tajanti anta kalevaram tam tameviti konteya sada tad bhava bhavita. So Krishna says, can somebody read this verse? Translation?
Whatever state of being one remembers when he quits his body, O son of Kunti, that state he will attain without fail.
So the principle is whatever one remembers at the time of death. So there are two things. We accept one body after acquitting the another body, depending which kind of species we'll get, based on the desires in the mind and based on the karmas that is from. Suppose somebody is very attached to say swimming, too much attached to swimming. So we'll probably get a body in the water, like fish or whatever aquatics. And based on your karmas, your actions, because every action has, the law of karma says, as you saw, social you reap. Every action has equal and corresponding reaction. Sometime in the future, we'll take that art of action kind of a session. The art of karmas, the art of action, what action should we perform. So according to karmas and the desires in the heart, one will develop a kind of new body. Now, I have a question to you. Who knows more about a product, of any product, manufacturer or the user? Common sense, what does it say? There's any product, say iPhone, whatever. Who knows more, Apple company or you, about the product?
The company.
Obviously, the manufacturer. So Krishna is a manufacturer of this world. We say God, G-O-D. God means G for generator, O for operator, and D for destroyer. That's a God. He generates this material world. He creates this material world. He's operating. He's maintaining. You see the sun is coming on time. The rain season is coming on time. The moon is coming on time. There is some harmony in this world. Probably in the next session, we can discuss that. Does God exist or not? How God is creating this universe according to scientific explanation. On the macro level and micro level, how Krishna is maintaining his world, the creation, the laws of thermodynamism, gravitational force, different physical laws. How Krishna, they are perfect, accurate laws governing this universal affairs. So Krishna is the manufacturer, creator of this world. Probably in the next time we can take that session for you itself. And he's saying, and he's giving a name to this world. After creating this world, Krishna is saying, Mam Upetya. It's a basic Hindi also. Somebody who knows Hindi can read that also. Mam Etya Punarjanma. Punarjanma means, Punarjanma, again birth. So Krishna is saying, one who comes back to me, he doesn't take birth into this world again. Dukhalayam Ashashvatam. Now, he has given two names to this world. This world is called Dukhalayam. It's a place of miseries. The people, who are the people sent there? Who have revolted against God. They are sent there. It's a place of miseries. To experience that, one cannot be happy without the Lord, without Krishna. And second thing Krishna talks about here, Ashashvatam. This is a place of miseries. And second, this is a temporary place. Everything in this world is temporary. Your beauty, your health, your age, everything is temporary. Everything you've taken away. The time controls with the time. Everything happens under the supervision of time in this world. Napnuvanti Mahatmana Samsiddhim Paramam Kata. What does Krishna says? After attaining me, the great souls who are yogis in devotion, basically those devotees, they never return to this temporary world, which is full of miseries, because they have attained the highest perfection. The highest perfection is attaining me. Mam Upetya. Mam means, in Sanskrit means me. Mam Upetya. So Krishna is suggesting this in the last verse of this 8th chapter, the 15 verse of the Bhagavad Gita, that one must make a goal to attain me in this lifetime. And that's how one can evade through all the real problems of life. No more birth, no more death, no more old age, no more disease. Otherwise, one has to transmigrate to different species of life. Some species are very uncomfortable. This transformation is, migration is always going on. And Krishna wants us to evade that. So in the next time, hope I can show you the slide based on how Krishna is maintaining this creation with the laws and with accuracy governing the natural laws of this world. With logical and some scientific stuff will be there. Okay, so far this is done. So far we discussed about what is the problem. Problem can be of two types: relative problems and the real problems. Relative problems are personal, obviously. One must try to solve them as well, work to resolve them. But the principle of life is not one's whole life should not be just wasted in and invest in solving that problem also. So if you understand the bigger problems, work for the bigger problems, smaller problems will be adjusted. You will learn to let go. That's how. So this will give you that capacity to let go. Don't take everything so seriously. There's a bigger aim. There's a bigger thing in life which you have to solve. And then this is birth, death, old age, and disease. And there are three more miseries inflicted due to mind and body, other living entities, and the natural disasters, which makes the material life in itself very uncomfortable. Who knows? I mean, we recently had one train accident in Madrid, near Madrid. So many people died. One time, it is mentioned in Mahabharat that what is the most wonderful thing of this world. So Dharamraj, who is Yamaraj, he asked Yudhishthira Maharaj, one of the Pandavas. He asked this question: "Oh Yudhishthira, what do you think? What is the most wonderful thing of this creation?" He replied Yudhishthira Maharaj, a wise man. He said, "The most wonderful thing of this world is that a person is seeing, he's reading, he's hearing, he's seeing also, with all experiences he can gather with all the senses, with his eyes, with his ears, that the people are dying, leaving their bodies in their home. He's reading a newspaper, he's watching on the YouTube, he's hearing from people. So, but a person thinks himself for himself that he will never leave the body. And he says, this is the most wonderful thing of this world. Other people are dying, but I think I will never leave my body. I will never grow old." So Krishna is suggesting one should aim for these four things to avoid them completely in their life. Obviously, once we have to go through, but it should not be a repeated process. So after attaining me, you come back to me. So Krishna is suggesting you connect yourself in this world with me, you'll be happy. And so in spiritual life, the journey is as good as the destination. In the process of attaining Krishna, you'll be happy. When you attain Krishna, you'll be happy. So that's what Krishna is suggesting. That's a key message of Krishna. So that's not a place for you. It's kind of a punishment place, when you experience miseries because of my separation. But if you stay connected with me, though there'll be miseries always be there, but it won't affect you so much. And ultimately, you'll come back to me. Any question on the same so far? And I hope for the next time.
I do
Please.
have a few questions. Firstly, it was surprising to me, like it's more a comment that the birth is seen as a misery. So, I always knew, thought that birth was considered a blessing because you are given the opportunity, even when you mentioned the different lives, okay, what I've been knowing as the Chaurasi Lakh Yoni. So it's like the ultimate opportunity that you've gained after so many lives
Correct.
and deaths or whatever. But for me to understand your point of view is the process of the 9 months where the womb, the baby is in the womb. That's a misery. That's a problem for the fetus.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
So there are two things. One is an opportunity as a human birth, which is very evolved species, which can understand the Lord. Other species cannot understand. That's opportunity. Second thing is the process of going through is a misery. Again, taking a birth is a process of 9 months being crammed in that embryo.
But for the
So there are
rest of the
two-
world, it's not.
For the rest of the world, is not. Something we have gone through and we don't remember doesn't mean it was a misery. While in that process is a misery. And but yeah, after birth there are other further three more
But
miseries.
is it not also true that a misery is when you're aware of it or not aware of it? A fetus is not conscious of anything,
Child is
I mean,
conscious
how
to some extent.
how scientific this is. I mean, we do relate to things that happen in the womb with the relatives as traumas that then come up to appear in life and etc. But how?
Actually, child also carries a mental impression. There's a scientific research on that also. The child also carries sometimes a mother is in some horror, some shock. Child also carries that reaction. So basically, some misery we have gone through. Even in day-to-day life also, we have how many life quakes, not earthquake, life quakes we have. a heavy shock for you. We might have gone through, and it's not so longer a misery for us, but yet to come more misery for you. In terms of health challenges, diseases, old age is one. The point is, this Nishika, could I have a more discussion with you, because there's a next just back-to-back class. I can speak to you on phone more.
Yeah,
Is that
sure,
okay?
sure, no problem. Yes,
You
thank
have my
you.
number. I don't know you have my number or not, but you can send me a message.
I do. Thank you.
Yeah, please.
Thank
Hare
you very
Krishna.
much. Hare Krishna.
So we'll leave you for this time, and the next time we'll meet again the same time. Thank you so much for your